Hi people, welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So if it's the first time seeing my face, hi, welcome to my channel. Do want to check out my other content. I create content around lifestyle. I'm a mom vlogger currently living in Northern Cyprus with my family. Okay, I have 3 lovely boys, and from the title of the video you know that I'm going to be coming in here to share some things that I know that I've not seen a lot of it on the social media space, and I don't think people are talking about it. So I'm going to give you a background of myself before we dive in. I'm a teacher. I'm a content creator, as you all know. I'm a teacher. I teach from the ages of 2 months because I have intakes of 2 months till 5 years. So, and I have experience. Okay, I have a bit of experience. I've been into this teaching for the past 5 years. Okay, so I have experience, a little bit of it. So please disclaim, I'm going to say this. I'm sharing my opinion. These things are not facts. They are just some of my findings in the space of the years that I've taught the kids. I've taken care of the kids. Okay, you can call me a minder, you can call me a teacher, you can call me a caregiver. I do all of it. I'm a full package. Okay, so I decided to say that here. Remember, as I said, it's my findings. It's not facts. But when you watch till the end, listen to me to the end, then you pick one or two things. And if you're an auntie or an uncle watching, you're living abroad, and you know you saw reasons or you picked one or two, do what to share. Don't hold this video. It's very important that this video goes out to our mommies and our daddies living in diaspora. They need to see this video. So what prompted me to do this video is one video I saw last night. I watched a content creator, talking about how her baby has been diagnosed with autism. Okay, autism is one thing, and you can go do your finding, but autism is one thing that they, they are autistic kids. Okay, but I'm that opinion that if a baby before 2 is not diagnosed autistic, or before you birth that baby, if there is no issue, and your baby, when you birth that baby and the baby hits his or her milestones and is developing very well, and probably you now put in that baby in a crutch, and after a while the baby tends to not communicate. Okay, because of course I have a 1 year plus baby who literally says all the words. Like, if you want that baby, if I want my baby to say anything, it's just for me to say to my baby says it back. So imagine my baby that knows how to say, mommy, food, mommy, I want water, mommy, this. And at the end of the day, when that baby, maybe I take the baby to crèche, luckily for me, I'm the one that runs my own crèche or whatever you call it. Mind you, I run it for African kids. So imagine this my baby that has been talking, and maybe next year he turns 2, and I decide to go put that baby in a crèche. And after a while, all the communication that I've been seeing in my baby tends to stop. The first thing you, as a mother, of course, you will notice. Most of the time, when people tell mothers, "Oh, see, your baby is doing this, your baby is doing that," I'm of the opinion that this mother must have seen it before you even told the mom. We mothers, we see things before anybody even sees it. You understand? So, when, for instance, I take my baby to a crèche or a, a crèche or a school, and after a while, my baby starts declining in terms of speech, in terms of communication, in terms of all those developmental things that the baby has been picking up, is a thing of concern. Because first of all, one of the things that I'm going to do, I would do, is to look into the crèche the baby is going to. And this brings me to why I personally think that most kids that are pronounced autistic are actually not autistic. My own opinion, please. Whatever I'm saying today is mine, my findings. I'm not saying it's facts, but as I told you, I have a bit of experience in the space of 5 years of teaching, basically from 2 months to 5 years kids. I've taught more than 5 years, so I will handle that in another video. But I'm putting this out because of, as I said, I saw this video and I've been seeing it, and I want moms to get in here. I want to talk to mothers. Abroad is already very difficult. We sometimes work around the clock. Most times, even when the mother works 8 hours and come back, they're tired. We don't pay a lot of attention. We notice, but we're like, okay, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. I want to advise moms. If you're watching me and you're living abroad, no matter where you're living, and your baby was not diagnosed at birth or was not diagnosed of any issue while pregnant, and you know that your baby was developing very well until probably the baby joined, in quotes, the white community school. And after a while, the baby starts declining. I'm talking about the babies from 2 years to 5 years, because I think, or maybe 1 year to 5 years, depending on when you started dropping your kids off at the crutch. Please, I beg you, it's an advice for me. No matter if they're watching me and they've diagnosed that baby, look for an African. I'm begging you, an African, someone who is experienced, someone, be it man, male, female. Try your possible best to look for somebody around your community. Take that child and let them tutor that child in our own way. I'm coming to why I'm saying this. I've heard a lot of people, I've watched a lot of videos where moms with autistic children, according to the diagnosis, tend to say this baby was developing very well. And after a while, the baby stopped talking. The baby just, stopped doing a lot of things. And I have helped mothers. I have helped lots and lots of mothers. This is not something that I'm going to, come to. I have helped a lot of mothers here in North Cyprus. I have seen cases, if not tens, I've seen cases, similar cases like this, where mothers will walk up to me and tell me that, this my baby has been going to this school. Of course, the school is here, and all of a sudden the baby stopped talking, the baby stopped communicating. One thing I will tell you is, you see, this is our skin color. I've worked with them. Our kids, most of the time, they don't interact with our kids, especially because of, where I stay, we speak Turkish. And our kids, of course, we speak English to them. And imagine your kid going to school and, they need to communicate, and that baby cannot communicate with my child because of language barrier. That baby will tend to be on his or her own. I don't know if I'm making sense. Just watch to the end. Now, your baby has been pronounced autistic maybe at the age of 3, and you keep taking that baby to that school, or they tell you to, visit a center. Why I told you guys that look for a Nigerian, if you're a Nigerian, or an African. There is a way we tutor our children. Most of my children that have come to me, most of them had gone to these schools. I'm not saying they are bad, but because of that language barrier, most of the time our children decline in communication. Now, putting them in that their shell of not wanting to communicate properly anymore. They can't talk to them in school. They're on their own, the fear. Some people are even bullied. Some of our kids are even bullied. And these things, the baby starts sinking in all those fear. You can't communicate properly with your fellow seatmates or your playmates or your classmates because of language. I normally tell parents who love to hear, if you're abroad and your baby is, maybe you're going back to work, for here they give like 4 months, and you see a minder or someone who takes care of your baby properly, please, I beg you, I would love you to go to that community, that African community. Trust me, it will help your baby. It will help your baby. I know that a lot of parents are of the notion of, no, I'm abroad, my baby has to mix with whites. I understand. But for the sake of your happiness, for the sake of that child, look for a black community where your child would, will grow up with other blacks. Trust me, whatever your child sees from that 4 months to 5 years, by the time the child is going to go back to their grade one or to their school, they have built in confidence. That child has learned a lot. I'm talking from experience. My first son is 5 plus, okay? I have nurtured a lot. I have done my homework. Of course, I'm a teacher. As my baby is going out right now, there are things I will still keep on doing my work. But trust me, there are kids that need that community. I do not. If a baby has not been diagnosed with the tummy and the baby has issue, every child needs a community. Every child. Believe me, every child needs a community. It just pains my heart that most parents want to, wants to belong. That's the word, belong. I want my child to be in the Y school, like snap picture. It is more than picture. It is for the good of your child. I've seen people that will come and say, my child is going to this school, but your child is not learning anything. I have taught in a school here where I would want to pick up Bible to write, and they'll tell me, no, for this age group, they don't write, you just read, you just play. And I look back at my home country, at this stage, that child would have been tracing. That child would have been tracing. The white man, they take things easy. Easy, easy, easy. They don't rush their children. But bear in mind that whatever language they hear in school, they also hear it at home. But our kids, most usually when it's not an English speaking country, they go to school and listen to another language and they come home and another language is being said. And as I told you guys, the skin color too. When you check in the classroom of these white people, our kids rarely associate with them. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying for the ones that I have seen. I've told you guys that I've helped. There are so many messages on my phone. A mother will come and tell me that, my baby, they said autistic, he cannot talk. I say, no problem. If you trust me, leave it. I understand that, black is not easy to trust. But if you know, or if you ask in your community, be rest assured that the truth in my community today, I'm proud to say it, when they ask of a black teacher, a black woman, a black lady who can take care of a child, not only nursing, writing, and all of that, my name will be mentioned amongst others. So in your community, there is somebody that will be recommended to you. Please, mothers, don't neglect it. If you are watching me and you've been diagnosed or your baby have been diagnosed of such, take it from me. Mommy Nobu is telling you today, look for a black or an African teacher that knows what he or she is doing. I bet you under 3 months that your diagnosed autistic child, with what it entails, with what that teacher, because if you're experienced, you know what you will teach those children. I'm proud to say that at least 20 kids who couldn't talk today, by the grace of God in my life, can talk, can hold pencil, can write, can communicate. Why? Because their skin type, when they come, the community is welcoming. It's not easy. When our kids cannot speak their language and the skin color is of different type, trust me, that child will tend to slow down in development. And when, African parents who don't have all the time to come and be going and be checking. It's just God abroad. People that say they want to come abroad, be ready. Be ready. Because as a mother, as a father, you know. I've seen people that at the end of the day, they take their children and go back home. And immediately, you will see a lot of changes. I've told some women, I've met some mothers, I've told them, just wipe your tears. Some 1 month, some 2 months. I'm telling you, please look for a black community. Don't be too proud, African parents. Don't be too proud. Don't raise your shoulder and say, no, I've traveled abroad. I want my kids to. They will meddle. They will mingle with white. You'll go tired. You'll be tired. Don't look down on that African teacher. When I started, I would tell you people that a lot was said, but today they are the ones recommending kids to me. So far, the person knows what he or she is doing. If you're watching me, if you're in Cyprus, sometime maybe the distance or you're far away, DM me. I'm always putting my handle. There are so many things, even when you see that you're African, that I will talk to the person. Another thing is, please, mothers abroad, start from day one to discipline your children. Most times, when I watch some autistic kids, okay, I'll give you one example. I handled one case of a baby girl where she couldn't obey commands. She wasn't talking. She was very aggressive. Okay, the signs of autism was there. But when I was handling this case, I saw that the baby was being pampered. Of course, pamper your children, but there should be discipline. Mommies, daddies, discipline your children. Not with cane. The baby always refused to sit. Always refused to sit. Even when the mom told me that she bought this high chair and the baby refused to sit on it, I said, don't worry. As an African parent, as an African teacher, one thing that we do is to enable discipline. And what did I do? Our first step was to make sure that that baby stays in that chair. That was the startup of the positivity in that baby's life. The baby will always fight me, fight not to sit on the chair. But I kept on believing, I kept on repeating it. Teaching job is you keep repeating things. And at a point, the baby started sitting down. One day, the mom told me, Mom, the baby now sits in the high chair. She sits to watch her TV. I almost sold this chair. This brought me to tears. I almost sold this chair because I thought my baby will never sit in one place. You see, discipline is not overemphasized. Most of the children that you say they are autistic, they are this, they lack discipline. They lack discipline. Trust me. And most of us, these set schools, they allow the children be whatever it can go. But if you're telling yourself the truth, back home, if your teacher says sit, you will sit. Discipline is one thing. It starts with discipline. And to round it up, because I will be coming here, depending on how I get the engagement on this video, I'll be telling you guys more. I'm talking about the 0 to 5. And from 5 years and above, I'll come and tell you guys. Before I end this video, I want to say something. You diagnose your baby of autism. You're looking for a solution. Oh, they already provided a school where the baby will go to. I'm not saying don't heed to the doctors or the government, whatever. Allow that baby to socialize with the non-autistic children and see if that your baby will not do well. Don't go back to put your baby in an isolation of where the same character, the same everything is being said. Because I see some people find joy that, thank God, my baby is going to autistic school. Do you really want to see help? Do you really want to see help? If you cannot find in your community or in the country you are where to put your baby, I pray you find money take that baby back to Nigeria. And believe me, you will see results. Take that baby or that children or that child back to your home country and see. Let them register the baby in an African school and see if that baby will not talk. If that baby will not, because when you go back home, the system has to blend. Tell yourself the truth. Am I looking for the four walls of how beautiful, how Oyiboish I will take them, and that when I send it back home, they'll be hailing me? Or you want results? You want people to say, that's a lecturer. And when they say, hello, oh, that's my son. And your son cannot speak, your daughter cannot speak. Don't look down on that African person. I don't go and look down on me. But that's a story for another day. Whatever you want to do for your child, start from that age of 0 to 5. Look for when you put your child in the school and you're not seeing results, please, I beg you. Or you see that there is declining in development, please, I'm begging you, look for an African teacher, African community, or wherever you see. No matter how it is, give that child 3 to 4 months and see that development. If an African person knows what he or she is doing, a teacher, trust me, in 3 months you'll be seeing back those development that you did not see those while. Please, mothers, most time is not autism. Most time is not autistic. Most time your child needs to come out from that environment and move to where he or she's color. Color is very important. You see, this color is very important for the child to feel at home and taught the way we have been taught. I'm talking from a mother's place and also a teacher's place, someone who has seen things, someone who has helped a lot of parents. Don't say, I don't want to, socialize with all those African. It's not easy to see good one. When you ask in your community, the truth, you will see one. You will see one. Please share this video so I can reach out to so many parents. I know some parents who are in their shell, they don't want to speak out. It's not easy to even tell that my baby has been diagnosed with autism. But the more you reach out, somebody will tell you. Most of my children, the parents talked and they told them, take this baby to Mommy Noble and you will see change. And they saw change. Thank you so much. As I said, I'll be coming to talk about 5 years up. But your leave out or your take out from this video is, if your baby is autistic, the solution is not to go and put the baby in autism school, because how do the baby want to grow? They say they are doing therapy, but he or she is seeing the same thing in that environment. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I thought to share because this is my space. It's what I've seen. I've helped a lot of parents and I thought to share with you people so that you will know that taking your autistic baby to an autistic school is not the way out. Look for a community. Look for an African teacher who will impute the discipline, the teachings, in that child. And trust me, if the person knows what he or she is doing, in 3 months, you will see a lot of development in that your child. Thank you so much. Please, as I said, I'm not disputing that some people are autistic, no. But for our African children, anyways, please, if you're sending me DM, please write everything, because some people come to my DM and they say, hi, hello. I will not respond to that. Tell me what you are talking about, then I will respond. Because when you put hi, hello, ma, you might not be saying something and I might skip it. Please write in details what you want me to give you an answer on. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, remain blessed, remain safe. I love you guys. Bye.